What is going on, guys? Rewinds here, and in this video I'm going to be bringing you guys my review for Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 89. So this chapter continues on a little after where the last one left off. So we start off pretty much a few days after the last chapter's events, where Trunks and Goten took out that mansion with the zombies. So Trunks is pretty much trying to figure out what's on this disc that he found over there. But to his luck, he can't crack the security on it, so instead he goes and tries it on Bulma's laptop. He then notices a blueprint for a creature on there, which Trunks doesn't know who it is, but we as viewers or readers know that it's the blueprints for Cell. But before he can look into it any more than that, a virus strikes the laptop. Bulma comes in angry, catching Trunks on the laptop, and funny enough, Bra handles it with relative ease. So it seems like Bra has a lot of Bulma's talents for when it comes to the technological stuff, whereas Trunks seems to be like I'd say probably an average person with technology, but also has a lot of stuff from Vegeta's side. Next, we cut over to Mai attending Trunks' high school now because Bulma thought that it would be weird if rumors of someone that looked her age started up of her not, attending the school or not attending a school in general. So Bulma went and enrolled Mai with Trunks. So Mai goes and introduces herself to the class, and she gets asked multiple questions by students, such as if she has a boyfriend, which Trunks, he gets mad at that one, and he replies with that she doesn't. You could tell he was a little jealous during that question. And then, the other questions were more so about, hey, do you live at Capsule Corp? And then she was talking about how she lives there as an employee and whatnot. So little things like that. Then another new transfer student also came by to the school by the name of Beta. So I'm pretty sure you guys can see where this is going, because in the Dragon Ball Super Superhero movie, the androids we had were Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. And now we have a Beta here. Does that mean we're perhaps going to get an Alpha at some point, or am I forgetting and there was already an Alpha in the previous chapter that I may just be forgetting the name of? Let me know. But next we actually get a few pages of basketball. Trunks was cooking people pretty much throughout, and it was going good for him until Beta came along and got him good on a play. And pretty much Trunks was trying really hard because he's trying to impress Mai, of course. Meanwhile, Dr. Hedo is spying at school footage, probably through Beta's head or something, some part of Beta, where there must be a camera installed, because he is an android. And he catches notice of Trunks' speed, but he can't confirm for sure, though, that he's the one who ended up stealing his disc. Later on in one of the classes, since Mai and Trunks are sitting in an above section, they look down and Mai is pointing out to Trunks that Beta is indeed not a human and that he may be an android. Beta then tries to expose Trunks for a few pages, but anytime he tries to do such a thing, Trunks dodges all of his schemes with relative ease, so Trunks is kind of just making a fool out of him at this point. Then we get towards probably the biggest part of the chapter, where there's a baseball underneath the car and Goten shows up and he retrieves it by lifting up the car in front of a few people, accidentally exposing his powers. Honestly, I think that's perfectly in character of him, especially with him being Goku's son, having that little goofy and carefree kind of personality when it comes to that kind of stuff. He realized he made a mistake too, but I think it's very in character of him to just make a little mess up like that. Beta then assumes that the guy who stole the disc is Goten. So he transforms into a superhero outfit to confront Goten, which Goten, funny enough, calls cringe. Goten starts with dodging these attacks, but since this android is stronger than those zombies that they faced in the previous chapter, he was considering fighting back. But right then, Trunks ended up appearing in his Saiyaman X1 costume. So good for Goten because there was a school crowd and he could have gotten exposed there. Trunks also sneakily hands Goten his watch that can now transform him too. And this is the watch, I guess, that took Pilaf a few days to end up making for him. Goten then leaves the scene for a little bit, and meanwhile you got Trunks winning this fight, but then the disc falls out of his bag that Mai was holding after Beta's robot collided with her after a Trunks attack. So there was some cool little action scenes here for sure with Trunks, and previously with Goten too. Just some more cool school stuff going on. Nothing like crazy, but it's definitely good build up, I feel like, for the superhero arc if they're gonna end up doing that in the manga as well. Dr. Hero then also commands Beta to go grab Mai, and he does do that, and then he fires missiles towards the school to keep Trunks distracted while he's trying to make an escape. Goten then shows up right in time in his Saiyaman X2 outfit to stop Beta from escaping. And after that, we'd have Trunks finish him off. So this chapter definitely again felt a lot more focused on Trunks, just like last month's did. Goten did make his appearances this month, but I feel like he was involved a little more last chapter. In this one, whenever he was around though, he did his thing, but you can kind of tell the vibe feels like the main focus is a bit more on Trunks, and I'm personally hoping that we do get a little bit more of Goten as we go through. Maybe see some sort of situation that he's dealing with as well, but that's just my opinion on it. I am enjoying the stuff we are getting for Trunks though, in terms of a lot of the moments he's getting and a lot of the character interactions we're getting as well. So the Trunks stuff is pretty good, but I do hope they add in Goten a little more soon too. So after Trunks finishes him off, Mai apparently seems to be in love with Saiyaman X1, because Saiyaman X1 is who ended up saving Mai, and Mai ends up getting a flashback of some sort that kind of makes her feel some sort of way. So right then, Trunks is about to take advantage of this little situation. He's about to reveal his identity to her, but right then Goten steps in and stops him because all the other students are still around and he would expose his identity to all of them along with Mai. And then pretty much to end off the chapter, we get Dr. Hero feeling inspired by Saiyaman X1 and X2 and says that he's now going to begin work on his next android, which he claims will be stronger and cooler than both Saiyaman X1 and X2. So, will these next androids be Gamma, or are we going to see maybe one more batch before we get there? Well, actually, I don't think it can be Gamma because that happens a few years after his arrest, if I remember right. So, I don't think that it is going to be Gammas. Maybe next chapter we're about to get Alpha. Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised with the Toriyama humor, to be honest. But all in all, I thought that this was a pretty good chapter, I would say. Nothing great or insane or amazing, but pretty good, solid stuff. And we got to see a little bit more of Trunks' character. We got to see a little bit of Bra or Bola, whichever one you want to call her. You got to see why Mai is enrolled in this school to begin with. And I know a lot of people were worried that they were going to force a lot of these moments between Trunks and Mai, but for the people that were concerned about that, I think they've kept it pretty grounded for the most part. Just, pretty normal interactions between them for the most part. I mean, we know Trunks likes her, but nothing really crazy coming from Mai directly towards Trunks, so I'm sure some people that really hate the thing going on will feel a little more at ease about that. But As for Goten, I also enjoyed him in the chapter when he appeared, and I'm glad he has his Saiyaman X2 fit now. I also think that the stuff that happened with Dr. Hedo throughout this chapter was pretty cool, and the whole concept of this android beta was also nice. So all in all, good stuff. I'm excited to see what they do in next month's chapter, because I feel like we're just going to keep building upon this for a few more months, or we could maybe even get this prequel arc done in a month or two and go on to the superhero manga arc adaptation if they decide to go down that route. But let me know what you thought in the comments below of this chapter. That's going to wrap up this one. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. Hope you guys have a good day or night whenever you guys are watching this video. I'm Rewinds, and I'm out.